Hello and welcome back to another Floppylegss Football YouTube video. Thanks so much for coming through. Today we're going to speak about that brilliant result, England versus Wales. Great performance all round. We're going to get into that, and then we're going to talk about our round of 16 game against Senegal, how I feel like that game's going to go, and who we're going to play, and what's the best situation for us. If you haven't done so already, please do sub, like, and share the video round. Leave a comment down below because we're going to get into it this video. What wingers England should be playing in that round of 16 game. Let's get into the video. So, England versus Wales 3-0. Brilliant result. 0-0 first half. Second half, we just turned up a few more gears. Rashford with a brilliant free kick. I have to tip my hat off to him. You know, we didn't have Trippier on the pitch at the time. We only had Harry Kane and Rashford that could really take a free kick, in my opinion. And Rashford just tucked it away in the top right corner. Danny Ward had no chance whatsoever. And when I saw the goal go in, I was like, I need to see this again. Because Danny Ward is not a good goalkeeper. He's not a good goalkeeper. So I didn't know if it was going to be like in the middle of the goal and he had a stinker. No, it was top bins. And it's really exciting to see Rashford have that performance. Let's go straight into this about Rashford, because that's what I want to talk about this video primarily. Marcus Rashford turning up. Watched it at the pub, and I said to my mate, think of the previous tournaments. You know, we had 2014. Rashford wasn't in that squad to my knowledge. He definitely wasn't in that squad. 2016 Euros, I think, was his first call up. He didn't get any minutes really. I remember him getting brought on against Iceland and just taking on players and beating a few. It was really nice to see. Obviously, didn't really have a great tournament there at all. Didn't really play, as I just said. 2018, he didn't really play either to my knowledge. I remember it was more Lingard and Ali and Kane as the front three sort of set up. And I remember he the only thing I remember from Rashford was in the Croatia game. I mean, he must have been subbed on here, and him and Lingard tried to pass it and score straight after we conceded, even though all the Croatian players were in our half celebrating still. So yeah, he didn't really play in that tournament. And then obviously the Euros, again, he didn't really get many minutes. I remember he played a bit against Ukraine, maybe. I can't really remember. I know he didn't play that much either. So I think what I'm trying to get at here is Marcus Rashford, this is his first proper tournament, in my opinion. Now, he's actually been, significantly impacting the pitch and getting minutes. And of course, the guy's only 25 years old. Do you know what I mean? So yes, of course, you got Sterling, who started off really young, starting in all of the tournaments. But Marcus Rashford, this is the first proper tournament I think he's been given a proper chance. Not just being a bit part player. He's been subbed on when we needed something in USA. Like we're calling upon Rashford, which I think is so good to see. Like I really like Rashford. I'm really happy that he's been called upon and he's turned up. Obviously, the second goal, don't really want to talk about that too much. He did well to create some space for himself, and he had a good shot with a lot of power behind it. But Danny Ward has to save that, and I think that's just reiterating my point about how poor Danny Ward is. But the whole discussion from this game, obviously I'll talk about it a bit more later, but I want to talk about just Rashford for now primarily, is do you start him in the next game now? Do you? He scored 2 goals in that game. 1 goal, obviously, straight away coming on against Iran, which is a massive plus point for him. 3 goals. He's in the joint top goal scorers of the tournament right now. Imagine Rashford finishing this tournament with the golden boot. Marcus Rashford, before this tournament, finished with the golden boot. I would have laughed at you. Said, no way, mate. No way. Jose. Okay? However, for United this season, he's done a little bit better. He's found some form that he clearly had none of last season. And it was kind of sad to see, because you forget about Rashford. I don't know if it was just me, but you forget about how important and the benefits he can bring to the team. And only in the first 10 minutes, all you have to watch is the first 10 minutes of this game against Wales to know what he really does provide, whether on the left or the right. It's running in behind. Sterling and Saka did not do that at all in both games, really. I don't think they really directly ran behind and created a run. Maybe Saka a bit more than Sterling. That's why, for me, in the Senegal game, I'm happy with Foden or Saka, but for me, it has to be Rashford starting alongside one of them two on the right or the left, whatever you want to do. I think it'll be quite harsh not to start Foden after that, because Saka's, I don't know, it's a 50-50, it's a toss-up, you can flip a coin, I'm happy with your raw, and then you sub on the alternative person if it's not working out. But yeah, Rashford straight away, especially with a player like Maguire, who I've spoken about in previous videos, of creating those passes over long balls, diagonals, all over the pitch, all the time. He found Rashford on a numerous amount of occasions, just playing that ball at the top. The only critique and negative I would have about Rashford's game is his touch isn't the best, and his final pass isn't the best. There was a few times where I was significantly moaning at him, because his best attributes are his shot, his finishing, and his running. Okay, so whether that's his press, his running to show options, like his attack and runs, they're his best bits in my opinion. On the ball, I don't really like his game too much. He did have a few lackluster passes, and his touches weren't always the best compared to a player like Sterling or Saka or Foden or Grealish, who are exceptionally better in that field. But none of them, in my opinion, compete with him in his runs in behind, and that's what we really need, I think, as well. because it changes the dynamic. If you have someone running in behind and someone maybe coming in, cutting inside with Foden, it really changes up. And then having an overlap of Trippier or Trent or Walker, whoever's the right back at the time, that sort of dynamic on the pitch where you can, and then in the second half, let's just swap wings and put Rashford on the right, which is, I think, an underrated benefit of all of our front wingers, our wingers. They can all pretty much transition over. Obviously, they have a stronger position. Sterling and Rashford are better on the left, let's say, and Saka's better on the right, and Foden's better on the left. It doesn't matter, but they both can transition, which I really, really like, and I'm quite excited by that. Out of all of the players in our team who hasn't scored, you would have given me 55 guesses. I never would have said it would be Harry Kane, who hasn't scored a goal yet, but we've seen the evolution of his game. We saw the transition from 2018 to the Euros. He was coming more deeper. He wasn't always in the box for the cross, which maybe you could highlight as a negative in his game. I'm not fussed with that. But I think with the injuries that he's had, he's lost a yard of pace maybe, and he's just decided to cut back a bit deeper, and he can always find a pass. That's what Harry Kane's best attribute. One of his best attributes is finding the pass, whether it's a little ball over the top or a through ball in behind, as we saw to Rashford, obviously missing that chance. Rashford could have got a hat-trick. Damn. Like, Kane's ability, obviously his finishing is exceptional, and maybe you could critique him on not being in the final third to get the finishing. And I think he'll be gutted that he hasn't got a goal so far. I was gutted after the Iran game, obviously scoring 6 goals. I really wanted him to get the golden boot because I love Kane. But he unfortunately didn't score. He's got 3 assists though, and there's something about that fizz into the box that you just can't question it. It's exceptional. The Sterling goal, he didn't even look up, and I'm pretty sure with this goal, when Rashford intercepted it, I'm going to get onto that in a second, how he pressed from the front, Rashford, brilliantly. Kane just fizzed it into the 6-yard box, into the area of uncertainty, creating problems for the goalkeeper, and Foden's there. That's the second time he's on the exact same ball, not looking up, just fizzing it across, perfectly, pinpoint. I don't think there's anyone in our team that can do that pass as well as him. He's so good and integral into our team, and I know Wilson's come on and done fantastic, but people that maybe are implying that Kane shouldn't be starting is outrageous to me. But back to Rashford real quick, that pressing from the front, in the previous games, I'd only highlight Mount as a significant person who was pressing non-stop. This game, it felt like we were all on it. Whether it was the first half or the second half, like Rashford just was there. He felt like he was always there. And we had some great chances, by the way. One thing I will want to add about Foden, those crosses, those corners were terrible. Especially when you got a Maguire and Stones in the box who are lethal with their headers. We've got to be putting in better balls into the box. So hopefully we'll be working on that for the Senegal game, which I think that could be quite an important part of our game against Senegal, is our set pieces. We saw in the 2018 World Cup how important a set piece and a corner was for us. We are a great set piece team. We've yet to see it properly come into fruition this tournament, which is a bit annoying. Maybe not needing a goal, but the best chance we've had is that Harry Maguire header off the crossbar against Iran. Like we needed to make the most of those corners. We're getting a few of them because we are so good on the wings that you will win a lot of corners. We've gotten so many corners this tournament just off the top of my head, especially against Wales and Iran. We need to make the most of them. So whether that's Foden not starting on corners, or I don't know what we need to do there, but it needs to be better. I don't know if you agree with me with that one, guys. So final little mention of the Wales game, obviously 3-0, Foden, great goal, Rashford with a double. Great performances all round. I want to highlight Walker playing really, really well, obviously the first few minutes, and I'm so happy that Southgate, after getting that second goal in quick succession, he brought on Phillips for minutes. He brought on Trent for minutes. He brought on Trippier to play on the left-hand side, like the left-back position. He made all these changes, and I think bringing on Wilson again, I'm really, really happy to see that, because he's bringing on Trent and Phillips, Trent, Walker and Phillips all getting minutes in that game is going to be so integral for the tournament, in my opinion, just to be, that bit of match awareness, especially within the tournament, not just chucking them in the deep end when it comes to the round of 16, quarterfinal, semi-final, final, when we need to call upon somebody. So I'm really happy about that, and I think Walker's going to be integral for us for this tournament. I'm really looking forward to seeing who he starts in the Senegal game now. It's just what we're going to get into now. Really interested who's going to start, because I think you keep Pickford, Maguire, Stones, easy as you like. They've been fantastic. Stones has had the most progressions with the ball in the whole of the World Cup. He's driven the ball forward and taken it up the pitch more than any other player. He's been fantastic at taking the ball up. Maguire's been great at delivering some passes. You do have to put your hands up and say, have we really been questioned defensively a lot this tournament? USA, we were. Corners whipped in the ball a lot, and Maguire dealt with everything. You could argue, though, we haven't been tested a lot, so it'll be interesting to see when we are called upon defensively what's going to happen in that scenario. I back Maguire and Stones I'll die on that hill. I think Shaw will obviously have to start left back. I do think we play 4 back. Could be either or. I just know for a fact Walker is going to be starting. Walker will be starting. Let's just go with a 4-back. I think we change out Henderson, who I don't think had the best of games. He didn't look too good on the ball. What you want from Henderson is, maybe communication. He was great, which is what you expect from him, and I'm happy for him to be in the squad. Starting is not what I like from him. I think he's more of like a games management sort of substitution, where you want him to just slow down the play, keep the ball in their half maybe, and just slow the ball down, win the ball when you need to. A foul, get a yellow card if you need to. That's what I want from Henderson. I don't want him starting. I think we want to see Mount playing. If we are going to play a four, we got to play Bellingham. To be fair, I really like Bellingham in this game. It's no surprise that the 2 games that we really played well in was the game where Bellingham really ran the show, in the sense of taking the ball up the field again and being in the box for a cross or being in the box for a through ball, being integrated in both the attacking phases and the defensive phases, which he's so good at. It's interesting to see the games where he was able to do that quite freely with the games that we did well in, because he does allow for so much movement and getting the balls out wide and stuff. So I think the same midfield, you play Rice again, but the real question is, who do you play on the wings? Because Kane's going to start up front, but do you start Sterling? Do you start Saka, Rashford, Foden, or Grealish? Who do you start, guys? For me, I really want you guys to leave a comment down below of who do you want to start, because I think you have to start Rashford. I think you drop Sterling. You play Rashford on the right, and I think you play Foden again. I don't think you can't not play them, because the thing with Saka, he started off really well, and you could play him. As I said, I'm happy with either or, but you can't imply that, not starting Saka and playing Foden is a massive drop off, or not playing Saka and playing Rashford. That's what we are so lucrative in, what we've got in our bench. We've got such an incredible bench, and I'm so happy that they've proven themselves with Rashford on 3 goals, Saka on 2 goals, Foden on 1 goal, Grealish on 1 goal, and Sterling on 1 goal. All of them have got goals. All of our wingers have got goals in the tournament so far, which I think is absolutely incredible. And yes, credit to Kane, and credit to them, of course, but I think Kane has allowed for that as well. But I'm just so happy that they've all got goals. Like, it means this is massive. Like, you can't underplay that. Like, every single wide player we have got a goal for them in the tournament. It can only mean good things for us. When we bring on a player, they're going to feel ready, and confidence is going to be booming. I do think you have to just continue with Foden. But Southgate does love Saka. I love Saka as well, and he's not going to be a hindrance. Saka is probably better defensively as well if you need him to trap back. But if you do that, then you have to play Rashford on the left. And I liked him on the right, but Rashford can play either side. But yeah, that's my thoughts, guys. Senegal, you have to beat Senegal. This is where it gets exciting now, because against USA, I said I was nervous, and the anxiety hit when you're like, oh, can we qualify? When I realised, oh, we're through, it's fine. Wales, I didn't really have that feeling. The group stages can be a bit more of a chill experience. The group stages can be more stressful for other teams. For example, Denmark right now sitting rock bottom of the group. Like, no one would have expected that. So that's what I mean. Like, I'm so happy we just did the job. 7 points, 2 clean sheets, 9 goals. And only 2 goals conceded, where 1 was a penalty that probably wasn't a penalty, and a bit of a slap shot scoring. This group stage couldn't have gone any better. Let's be honest. Maybe you could say Kane with a goal would have been great, but I think he's going to get the most assists in the tournament. Like, he's just performing so well. I'm scared for Senegal. Like that, I just saying the words round of 16 knockout stages. I'm getting nervous. Senegal. I'm not gonna lie to anyone. I haven't watched every single one of their games. I think overall, without Amani in there, they are a less of a threat. And Mendy is always susceptible to mistake. Okay, Mendy is always susceptible to mistake. So yeah, they got beaten by Netherlands, and I think we're equal. I think we're better than the Netherlands. So on that account, let's knock out football. Anything can happen, man. I'm so scared. See, this is where Southgate, drop the 5 back. This is for me. I'm scared. Drop the 5 back. Sit deep. Win 1-0. That's all I want to do. Guys, do not concede the goal. Because if we go 1-0 down again, oh my God, I'm scared. I don't know, man. I'm so scared. Let me know how you're thinking for Senegal, guys, for England's chances. I'm sorry I'm not going to be talking too much about the next game. As I said in a previous video, I like the reaction videos, okay? I like responding to what just happened, and I'm happy to respond that Marcus Rashford is doing well. And you know what? I'm going to pop it on the screen. This little picture here, hella cute. Very cute. Southgate, being a great manager. I just want to see Rashford smile, man. And both their celebrations were so, Foden's one was more like just passionate about, getting the goal. As you can see here, his face, he's absolutely buzzing. As you can tell, I'm buzzing because now it gets serious, and now it gets nervy, and now it gets anxious and exciting. Okay, this is reminding me of the Euros. We got Germany in the round of 16, and now this time we've obviously got Senegal. We knew it was going to be Senegal. We already planned for this. We were already prepared for this as a fan base. You know, when we're doing the little working out who we could get in the final, the route, it was always going to be Senegal. I feel like it could have been Ecuador. They were very, very unlucky to fall short, but it is going to be Senegal. And I think on paper, we should be winning that game. All right. Thanks for watching this video. I'll see you again on Monday, probably, for another YouTube video where I'm reacting to the Senegal game. Hopefully, I've got a smile on my face and it's not similar to the USA reaction. Thank you so much for going through. Make sure you like, leave a comment down below who you want to start on the wings for England. Guys, make sure you leave a comment, man. And if you haven't subbed, please do sub. We might not get to 50, but let's get as many new people into the community as possible as we carry on talking about the World Cup. And obviously, when the World Cup's done, we're going to go back into Premier League conversations and more wider scope conversations. At the moment, I'm just loving talking about England. I'm watching the games, coming back, wanting to talk about it. Thanks for coming through, and I'll see you when I see you.